So as I finish up these notes, I just want to point out the formula that we will reference over and over again as I jump back into exercise 5. And what we're doing in this problem is we're actually coming up with a formula to, I guess, understand compound interest and how we can come up with some of these answers. So right now it might not seem like it is a geometric series, but what's happening is Maria is placing $500 into her account, so it's making 5% interest compounded annually. And in case you need a reminder on what that formula looks like, because it's compounding annually, it's just the interest rate to the t power. You may vaguely remember, the formula as 1 plus the interest rate divided by n to the n times t power, except if n is happening once, dividing by 1 is not going to change the value of that. That's why. So you have seen this problem in previous math classes. And right now, I guess what you need to recognize is that she's going to continue to make $500 deposits over and over again. And that's where we're going to get into the series. So when we look at this problem, the formula for A of t for each deposit that she has is the $500, 1 plus, we're making 5% interest, so 0.05 to the t power. So you might be sitting there and saying, well, I'm still not seeing the series. That's because for the first year, so let's write year 1, she has $500 into that account, and I hope you realize that 1 plus 0.05 would be 1.05, would have 10 years of gaining interest over the course of the time. Whereas year 2, when Maria puts $500 into that account, well, now this year only has 9 years to accumulate interest. And we can continue that pattern over and over again. This is how the answer key looks, by the way. Whereas the year 10, I guess I should start at year 0. I don't know if that makes a difference for you guys. But the way that this problem is written is they actually wanted another payment at the beginning of the 11th year. So that's why we have year 11 as well, where she's just putting in $500 into the account. So as we write out the geometric sum, I'm actually going to start with the 500 first. The 500. And then the next payment, and it might actually make sense to use a calculator. And I'm going to do an interesting trick with a calculator. Is in y equals, you can write the equation. The 1.05 to the x power. And so what I'm going to do is go to my table. And when x is 0, this is actually year 11's payment. Whereas when year 10, 5% of 500 is $25. So that part is up to $525. And then the next payment, if I use my calculator, would be $551.25. $551.25. Plus, as I use my calculator, all the way up to, if x was 10, this would be the first payment that she had, as accumulated all the way up to $814.45. $814.45. Now, as you probably noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm going to tell you, is there's actually 11 numbers written down here, which is why I believe he went ahead and said at the beginning of year 11. Otherwise, there'd be 10 years, and you wouldn't start at 500. You would have started at the 521. But that's what we're trying to get at, is that the A value, A sub 1 is 500. the rate in the problem is actually the base in the problem, the 1.05. That's what the ratio was being multiplied over and over again, and that n equals 11. So if we use that formula from above, the sum that Maria would have if she continued to make $500 payments every year for 11 years, the sum of these 11 payments would be 500, 1 minus 1.05 to the 11th power, all over 1 minus 1.05. So as I use my calculator to come up with that sum, I guess what I could do is save all these numbers and add them together. But I'd rather see the formula where you did 500, 1 minus 1.05 to the 11th power, all over 1 minus 1.05. So if she did that and put $500 in the account for 11 years, making 5% interest, she would have a total of $7,103.39. I already forgot what it was. 0339. So just a common mistake that some people will do is say, oh, well, if I just put $500 in my mattress and then a year later just put another $500 in my mattress, that some students will just sit there and say, okay, well, if I just kept putting $500 in my mattress for 11 years, yeah, that quick math would say that you would get $5,500. You'd have that much. But because of compound interest, you're going to actually have $1,600 more than that. So just be mindful of that as you grow up and you decide to save money and you want to look into getting a bank account, that might be an interest of you. And one more, I guess this is a pretty popular problem. So if you want to pause the video and try it on your own, it is pretty interesting. But somebody is saying that, hey, we're going to put 1 penny in a piggy bank, and then the next day we'll put 2 pennies. So we're doubling 4 pennies on the third day. So just a reminder that we are doubling. So my common ratio in the problem is 2.04, and so on and so forth. They're just asking, well, if we did this for 31 days, will we be a millionaire? And a lot of people will quickly look at that and say, well, there's no way if I just start by saving a penny right now, I'll be a millionaire. But the key to the problem is recognizing that you get to add the money over and over again. So if we break it down, the first term is 0.01, 0.01, it's a penny. The common ratio, as I already wrote it down, is 2, but we're doing this 31 times. So if we use the series formula, I'll put ... and we did the sum of the first 31 terms in this geometric series, the first term being 0.01, 1 minus 2 to the 31st power, all over 1 minus 2. You'll actually figure out, I'll just make a new, whoops. That you would accumulate over $21 million. $21,474,836. And some change, 47 cents. Usually when I talk about this problem, if we had a normal school year, what I would do is say, ask students, let's say you were given the option of making $10,000 a day for 31 days. Or would you rather get a penny the first day, 2 pennies the second day? Well, quick math would say, well, if I got $10,000 a day, that's 10,000, yeah, times 31 days. Oh, yeah, I'd make $310,000. I think I'd rather have that But when you really add it all together, and you double the penny over and over again, you end up with so much more money. I think if we just found like the basic formula for the 31st term, I think you are a millionaire for the 31st day anyway. So an interesting problem. It's a pretty common math problem. That's probably why it's in the notes here. And one more thing is, as you work through the notes, you'll notice, I'm jumping all the way to the end in your homework, we can also have an infinite geometric series. Now, I want you to try and figure this out on your own. I think you're all smart enough to do this. But notice that the ratio must be a number that's smaller than 1. Okay, it can also be negative. That's why we the absolute value on here. This formula looks very similar to a geometric series, except now we just need to have the ratio is smaller than 1. And we can come up with an infinite series. So it goes on and on and on. So I'm going to let you investigate this a little bit. I will give you a heads up that on number 12, because I've told you that most series start with n equals 1. Well, if you notice in this problem, it's starting with n equals 0. I hope you're okay with this problem. I'll go ahead and write this down and I'll save it. That n equals 0 is actually your first term and goes infinitely on. So when I ask for the first term on this problem, you're actually plugging 0 in for n. Well, anything to the 0 power is 1. 4 times 1 is be 4. So your first term in this problem is 4, not a different number. And think about what is the common ratio from the first term to the next. Think about it. What's the common ratio from 3 to 0.3 and 0.3 to 0.03? So these are tricky problems, but I think you guys are smart enough to be able to figure this out. And if you really, really struggle with it, feel free to ask, whether we're in class or send me an email and we can answer these questions. But everything else I think follows directly from the notes with some tricky problems in here. So it's not necessarily just a cakewalk. You have a lot to figure out. So go ahead and get busy on that.